Hello gamers, it's me, Jenny. It has been a long time, but I'm back. Coming to you from lovely Southern California, here in the beautiful city of Long Beach. Last time you would have seen me, I was in Virginia. I think the last video I put out was like, oh gosh, I think it was about my R6, which I do not have anymore. For the past year, I have been on this lovely Royal Enfield Hunter 350. I think I'm the only person to ever trade in an R6 for a Royal Enfield, much less a Hunter 350. I love this thing, and I'm going to talk to you about why. I like that I'm recording this first motovlog in years, and it looks like it's about to rain. It has not rained here in Long Beach in 3 months. So if I get rained on, that will be the funniest thing ever. Excuse me. So it is 11 a.m. on a Thursday. Thank you for not running me over. And there's not much traffic. Go ahead, man. So yeah, not much traffic. However, the city streets are where this thing shines, and I love it dearly. I use this bike to deliver for Uber Eats, and it's just really nice being able to cruise through the city. So yeah, city riding is this thing's bread and butter. It's not fast. It makes a lot of torque, so it's nice coming from stoplights, but that's about it. Taking off from a stoplight here, you can see that it's just really nice, easy. It vibrates a little bit because it's a single, but it's pretty smooth for a 350 single. There is nobody out today. Like I said, it's 11:30 a.m. on a Thursday, so. And because this is Ocean Boulevard, of course we're getting every single light, but that's not a problem, because this thing is just so easy and light and gets incredible gas mileage to the point where I do not care about having to stop frequently. Like I was saying, I use this thing for Uber Eats delivery, and I pull about 70 miles per gallon, which seems to be pretty average for these bikes. It gets about 150 miles to the tank. I just filled up 17.8 miles ago. And it's like the perfect Uber Eats delivery machine. I just put on a backpack, like one of those big hot backpacks that you see all the Uber drivers lugging around, and I just shove food in there. And this thing rocks. I will take it out onto the highway to show you that it is certainly highway capable. Ideal for highway use? No, I'll keep it real. It's really slow. We might actually get rain here in Long Beach. I can't believe it. What was that? Okay, that was what we call an illegal maneuver. Welcome to Long Beach, bro. Just how it is here. City riding just feels right at home. It's got an old school springy suspension in the back. It eats up the bumps pretty nicely. The city streets down here are not super smooth, so it's nice to have a cushy suspension. That said, the frame is really sporty. It's got an old, I think I read somewhere, it's an old Harris Racing design frame from 60 years ago, and you know, cool. It was sporty 60 years ago, but it feels pretty good leaning it over. It's quite agile, like I'm showing you there. I take it on mountain roads. And look at this, we're hopping on the 710 freeway. And and so far we're totally fine over these bumps, but that would suck on any bike. It might actually rain here in Southern California. I can't believe it. So we're pretty much full throttle, but then we shift into fifth and it's overdrive and we have gearing to spare. I'm at like half throttle, cruising at about 70. Up a hill you got to give it a little more. Like I said, it's definitely not a it's not a highway touring machine, but it is really zippy and it's nice to use here in the LA area. There's a look at that beautiful LA river. It's up to you to decide if it's beautiful or not. But yeah, here we are on the highway. I'll try and get up to 70. I'm full throttle in fifth gear, but fifth gear is overdrive, so it's not surprising that you don't really have much. But yeah, cruising at 75, keeping up with traffic. I'd say about 3/4 throttle. It's not that bad. You do feel tiny with all the trucks and stuff here, especially in Long Beach by the port, but like, it's not that bad. Anyone who says you can't take anything less than like a 650 on the highway, you're crazy. This is totally fine. I am not worried at all. I will get off here on PCH. I think it is after June and August. You can take the sign down, City of Long Beach. I just realized this is throwing me the wrong way. I've never gotten off at this exit. I think it's going to take me towards the port. Indeed it is. That's kind of neat. Whoa, hop right back on the 710 south towards Long Beach. I'll give you guys a kind of roll-on test here. Second gear. Second gear is good to about 40 some odd miles an hour. Open trench. Fascinating. Alright, check this out. Full throttle. Woo! Ripping it. 60 in third gear. And we gotta slow down or we'll kill this Fiesta. Sorry, little Fiesta. I did used to have a Ford Fiesta. I had a white hatchback with a 5-speed manual. This one seems to have seen better days. Now, I do have to get over, so let's see how it does a little downshift action. And it's totally fine. I ride this thing like a psycho. It's so fun to just grip it and rip it. You can full throttle everywhere and not be breaking the law. And it's totally fine. This bike is awesome. I bought it brand new. It has 3,533 miles on it. The first service, it was pretty expensive. I think I got screwed over by a dealer in the Washington, D.C. area because it was like $500 for the first service, which everything I've read online is like it should normally be like 150 to 200. You do have to do the valves on that first service. However, they extended the interval for the second valve service to 6,000 miles. So I'm a little over halfway there, like I was saying. You can see that it gets a little vibey. Look at those mirrors if you're lugging it in fifth gear. Like I said, fifth gear is overdrive. Look at that homeless encampment. He's got like a little like dumpster set up. He's got a dog. He's got like nice property there. That's pretty sick. Not a bad life. It beats living on a city corner here, I suppose. Here in downtown LB. But yeah, I haven't had any problems with this bike. Like I said, I bought it new. The rear brake occasionally sticks, but Royal Enfields just have absolutely terrible brakes from the factory anyways, so I should probably replace and adjust it. Cruising through downtown Long Beach again. This is like where it belongs. Like I said, I use it for Uber Eats, and it's so perfect. And gas mileage is incredible, and I can fit anywhere and slip through anything and lane split. with complete and utter confidence. This thing does have ABS, which is awesome. I've only ever locked up the rear because those rear brakes suck. Bunch of students out. That is interesting. They look like middle schoolers, maybe early high schoolers. Very interesting. Yeah, I mean, at this point, all I can say is, like, the Enfield is so easy to ride that I feel like I'm just more giving you a tour of Long Beach at this point. Just because this bike is absolutely effortless. I guess it's worth mentioning that obviously I can flat foot this. I'm 6'1", 195 pounds. I fit pretty well. I don't think I would want to go any smaller. Like Honda Rebel, I said on that, it feels tiny. This feels good. The reach to the bars is really nice. I have like straight arms. The seat is super plush and comfortable. You'll probably see in the B-roll. It's got like an old school like banana style seat, and it's just awesome. I ride 2-up on it pretty often. My wife will just hop in the back. And she says it's pretty sketchy to be a passenger. She can ride too, so she knows what is sketchy and what is not, and she describes it as sketchy. I think it's because the suspension back there is like a 2-piece setup, and it is just really squishy. So like anytime we turn or go over a bump, it's just kind of throwing her around because it's working and undulating. And yeah, like I said, it was sporty. It's a sporty design from 60 years ago. Oh, about to cross the metro. Are we gonna see the train? I hope so. I ride this thing pretty much everywhere, but I'm a LA transit head. I love the trains here. This is the Metro Blue Line. I'll show you all the station as we pass. I could talk forever about the LA Metro trains. They suck, but I love them. And it's the most underrated way to get around the LA metropolitan area. No train that way, and no train that way. What a shame. The Blue Line is super cool. It's kind of a streetcar here through Long Beach, but you can take it all the way to downtown LA, through Pasadena. You can take it all the way into like almost San Bernardino County. If you ride one of these, everybody is going to ask you, hey, what is that? What is every stoplight? I get a guy saying, that a Royal Enfield? I thought they stopped making those. Nope. They've just been made in India. Or if people ask, what kind of bike is that? I say, Royal Enfield. And they say, I've never heard of it. And I say, oh, well, they're Indian. And it's like, oh, well, I had an Indian once. No. They are not the motorcycle Indian. They are manufactured in the nation of India. Literally just yesterday, might have been 2 days ago now that I think about it. Anyways, I had somebody at a stoplight say, oh, is that a Royal Enfield? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, they used to make guns. And it's like, okay, well, kind of. I mean, like, the Enfield Corporation in, like, World War I and beginning of World War II did, but, like, so every factory in the United Kingdom was made to make, like, guns and small arms and stuff, so... I'm sure he was referring to the Lee Enfield, and I'm pretty sure this is the same Enfield. You can fact check me. I don't know. My knowledge of Royal Enfield kind of comes more from the Indian days of manufacturing, like after the 60s, like in the 80s they really took off over there. I studied abroad in Nepal, which is of course, just north of India, when I was in college. And these are like Harley Davidsons there. They're like expensive, and they have a lot of heritage, and they're just nice, classy, old school. It's very funny that like in the rest of the world they're seen as like cheap bikes. That's another thing worth mentioning, is this thing was really cheap. I paid like with my trade, like total, like with the trade allowance and stuff, it was like $45 out the door. They were practically giving these things away last year. I think because people are scared that they're just not powerful enough. And they certainly are powerful enough. I have absolutely no problem keeping up with traffic. You just saw us on 710. Was it a little scary? Sure, I can't go faster than like 80 miles an hour, but it's fine. And usually in LA anyways, traffic's totally stopped and I just lane split up the side, so it's really not a concern. The Indians know that this is like a cruising bike. It's chill, it looks so cool. It's a beautiful bike. I get so many compliments on this. Nobody ever wanted to talk to me when I had an R6, and nobody really ever wanted to talk to me when I had a Kawasaki Versus. And on this thing, like, everybody wants to talk to me. Which is cool, and fun, and neat. At this point, we're still just kind of going through Long Beach, as I think of things to say, and I have no complaints about this bike. I guess I could take it off-road somewhere, to test it and show you. I have gone on some, like, dirt roads plenty of times, actually, especially when I lived in Virginia. It's fully capable of doing whatever. This bike is made for the Indian market. Like, most roads on the Indian subcontinent are not paved. And if they are paved, it kind of looks like they were hit by artillery shells, and everything's just been exploding all the time. And this thing is more than capable of handling a couple dirt roads, a couple trails. I hesitate to call it a scrambler, but it is kind of scrambler style. Anyways, I think that's about all I have to say about this little Royal Enfield Hunter 350. It is mine. I have owned it for a year and put 3,500 miles on it. It's my only vehicle, and I dearly love it, especially in these city streets, where here in Long Beach we really have to worry about parking. This side of the street is pretty full. Not really on this side because it was street sweeping, but parking here can be a nightmare after like 5 o'clock. That was sick. Is that a Honda Silverwing? I don't know. I couldn't tell. So anyways, having a tiny little vehicle like this that's just super cheap. Insurance, I pay like $8 a month. You know, I don't have like full coverage on it. I mean, it was like a $4,500 motorcycle. So yeah, it's just super cheap to insure. I just cross my fingers nobody steals it. It just rocks. I would recommend it to anyone as a first bike, as a last bike, as a workhorse. If you need something good on gas mileage for commuting, this is the thing to use. 100% endorse. 10 out of 10 motorcycle, not really, but it's perfect for what I need it to do. Thank you all for tuning in. I know it has been absolutely forever since I have made a video, and I thank you all for watching. I plan on doing some more stuff, so watch this space. And if you are any of my students who subscribed to me after I left y'all on the last day of school, hello from Mr. Harris. Peace out, gamers.